Hey everyone, a couple of people asked me questions on what kind of cue I use and everything. I figured I'd do a what's in the case video. This is the case. This is the Predator Roadline black and yellow case. Start with the cues. So my playing cue is a Predator 9K2 Azurite in this really cool looking blue color. In fact, show that up to the camera. And the reason I really got this is it matches my main bass guitar really well. Hold the two of those there. This is the Zon Custom from 20 years ago. That is my main guitar, and I like the way it looked. So I got the cue. I use Revo shaft. I have a this is one of the soft tip on it. This is the G2 soft. It's a 12.4. I have another 12.4 with a Kamui medium tip on it. I have the original shaft that came with it with a redone G2 soft tip on it that I really don't use anymore. Somewhere else I have another shaft that I got before I went to the Revos. I got a second 314, but I don't use anymore. Brake cue is a Predator BK Rush in this cool looking blue with its Revo shaft. And the other cue that I have in my case is we'll get to this in a second, this is the McDermott Stinger for a jump cue. So inside the case, and the one thing I wish about this case had differently was another pouch. They could have put a pouch here for things like tip tool and these little joint protector things. That would be really helpful, but they don't. In here, I have this big giant hunk of a rubber thing for the cues to sit up on. It's not long enough, but you get the idea. I have my extension, which is the Predator matte black extension. Goes on the end of, there's a new rubber piece that goes on the bottom of this. It's a Unilock. So it can go on really easily, come off really easily. I have the chalk that I used is Blue Diamond. I find that on this cloth, which is the Simonis Tournament Blue, the regular Master Chalk Blue leaves a lot of streaks on it, and this doesn't. It's still the same blue color that everyone likes and everyone knows. It doesn't really leave as many black marks on it. It will once it starts breaking down. For the most part, this is good. I find it sticks a little bit better. It's like $3 a cube instead of like some of the crazy ones out there, like the Tome and things. Kamui were like $30 a cube. No thanks. Here's the other end of the jump cue for the Stinger jump cue. This one was cheap. It was like $45 as opposed to spending $600 on another Predator. I don't jump all that often. I probably should, but I don't really want to do it here at home. People have commented on the TV behind me. They're afraid a ball will fly in going in there. I don't want to contribute to that. Have just a regular microfiber towel. Have the little cloth that came with the Predator shafts. Have my Predator glove. Currently using the black and yellow. And a little bag that I found, a little pouch that I can put the joint protectors in, so I can put them back in my case and it'll fly all around. Other than that, I have an extra glove. This is actually a Kamui glove that I don't really like the way it works, so I leave it in here as a spare in case a Predator rips, which they do right along the heel. They're not all that great made. They're expensive and they fit really well, but I don't think they're all that sturdy. I have some tip tools in here. I have a Q cube, and then I have the Willard's dime radius. Ibuprofen because I'm old. And then I have a couple of these Predator Revo wipes. These are really great. They take off all the gunk and everything, especially when you're shooting in a pool hall that has no AC. Those of you know what I'm talking about. A couple business cards for a guy who does my tips, eye drops because my eyes dry out, and that's it. Other than that, some other tip stuff that may or may not go in the bag at any given point. I have an old bass guitar strap from when I was a teenager. I use that to kind of help kind of smooth up the tip. I have one of these like tip smoother outer things. I can't think of the word right now. I have another Willards that I can keep at home. I have this It's George tool thing. I have this crazy 5 and 7 in 1 tool thing. I also have the Unilock weight system. Weights on these cues, this one started out as a 19, this one started out as a 20. They're about the same weight right now. I have adjusted a lot of the weights in the both of these ones. I think this is a little heavier than 19 now. I think this is probably still sitting right at 20. I change them from time to time based on what I feel. Currently, I'm kind of going in between the two tips of what I plan. Started out with when I went to Revo, I went to the soft. Then I decided I wanted a second in case I wanted to go. You sometimes switch it from 8 ball to 9 ball. You want to hit the balls harder for whatever reason. Kind of been playing on the medium the last few months. Go back to the soft. Probably won't use the 314 anymore. It's probably harder to go back to a wood shaft once you've been on the Revos. And that's it. That's in the case. Talk to you later.